they ought to come out at some of these talks.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a massive pleasure to be talking to the UKIP annual conference again. I'm sorry there's been a gap of a couple of years, but there we are. It wasn't planned by me. I'm going to be talking about international trade policy. I'm an economist, as you probably all know. And it may come as a surprise to you that Tim Congdon can be a passionate ideologue, revolutionary even. But my first task is a personal one, and that is to thank, with much warmth and sincerity, Gerard Burton for support of my 2010 bid to be leader of UKIP. Sorry, I let you down. But if I was lucky to have Gerard's support then, you are very much lucky to have me as leader now, much luckier. Immediately after the result of the each election, I promised Gerard that if he wanted to become leader, he became leader, then I would help him as far as I could. And I've made a small gesture in that direction. I hope happy, Gerard, that's done something. Now, after the 2010 election, Nigel Farage made me economic spokesman for UKIP, and I remained in that position until 2014. And the main output in those 4 years for UKIP was this document here, which some of you may remember. How much does the European Union cost Britain? And I had updated annually. Gerard had set a precedent for this because he'd done the first one back in 2006. And he always contributed a forward to it, which I was very grateful. Now, Gerard's view in 2006 was that a membership of the European Union cost about 6 or 7% of what we produced. And he arrived at this figure partly because of the membership fee, 0.5%, 1% of GDP, there year to year and so on. And mostly because of regulation. Regulation particularly affecting small and medium-sized businesses, but actually affecting big businesses as well. And so, anyway, I sat down to work, didn't know exactly what to expect, and I arrived at a higher figure. I would figure about 10% of GDP. And the explanation of the gap was that by the opening of the 21st century, the European Union had become very protectionist. The world's price of sugar, ladies and gentlemen, is a third of that in the European Union. That's the extent of distortion. And the gain of 3% was based upon, when we leave the European Union, we can adopt free trade. Now, so that 3% GDP bonus arises because outside the EU, we can trade freely with any nation in the world, with other countries and so on, without restriction, I hope. What's all this about free trade? Well, it means exactly what it says. It means that, we can buy things from other countries as just the same as people in Norfolk can buy things from people in Yorkshire. Why do we have to worry about the fact that that way we get the best quality goods, we get them for the best price, and the government doesn't get in the way? The phrase I use here, and is perhaps more provocative, is unilateral free trade. That means that our government, when we're outside the European Union, we're an independent nation, just declares free trade. And there are going to be no restrictions on imports into our country, no tariffs, no quotas, that's that. It's very nice to have your course, I'm grateful. I tell you, this is going to be a very, very tough debate. And of course, we're going through it at the moment, and as you'd expect, the Tories are in a great model. Anyway, it means that we do that regardless of how other governments react. All right? No tit for tat, none of these little zero-sum games trying to be clever compared with other nations. We just open our borders not to people, to goods and services. All right? To competition. Some people say, well, No, we must protect something. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a marvelous thing called the British Empire. And it included, in Asia, 2 small islands, 2 little dots, map of the world, coloured pink. And they differed from the surrounding areas in that they enjoyed respect for property, rule of law, and absolute free trade. They enjoyed absolute free trade by treaties. They were called treaty ports. In effect, free trade was part of their constitution. One of these 2 little islands is called Singapore, and the other Hong Kong. When they left, they kept free trade. Ladies and gentlemen, these 2 little islands have been the most successful, economically successful little nation-states, city-states, we call them, of the last 150 years. The growth of living standards is incredible. As you know, Hong Kong sits on the lap of China. After China now died in 1976, it took a few years for a new leader to emerge. She was very different from China now. Deng Xiaoping said, it doesn't really matter what you call a cat, black or white, what matters is it catches mice. It doesn't matter whether you call your policy communist, capitalist, or whatever, as long as it works. And you saw next to the Republic of China, the Communist Republic of China, this little thing called Hong Kong. You should believe this, the little island in the colonies of Hong Kong, that had international trade in the late 1970s larger than the entire Republic of China. And Deng Xiaoping said, well, this is crazy, let's copy them. And so he set up a special export zones in China. They worked on the same basis as Hong Kong. Complete free trade, no taxes, light regulation. They boomed. And then this spread across all of China. Unilateral, this wasn't imposed on China by overseas, but by Americans. This is something they did themselves. It was unilateral, all right? Today, the increase in output per head in China since 1980 has been 20 times. I sometimes hear from, well, Gerald actually, but we're friendly about it all, that I'm being ideological on this. Well, no. Can you imagine anything more practical than the benefits of policy of this sort for so many hundreds of millions of people that just transformed the world that we live in? That's why I'm in favour. This is just one story. There's many more other stories I could tell. This is why I'm in favour of unilateral free trade when Britain leaves the European Union. My time is quite limited. And have I got minus 3 minutes left? Or? Okay, wonderful. I tried to limit the speech to 12 minutes. I was allotted, so I think it was an embarrassing problem. Anyway, let's see how we go. So I said, in the last 4 decades, you had China copying this little colony that then was Hong Kong, opening itself up. Now it's got some measures the largest GDP in the world. And of course, the result of this is that the share of other continents, other nations' world output's gone down. And of course, that's quite important to the kind of world we're living in. I'm not quite sure if you can see up there. It's slightly went wrong with the sending off the PowerPoint to my books. Up the top there, looking up the labels, you can see the share of the European Union in world output in 1980. 30%. Obviously, dominant for us in a sense, they're our neighbours. That has fallen since then to, well, around about 15-16%. And then that very last So the bottom is down to 12.8% because we're leaving. Okay? So the last figure there is for 2020, and it's about 12.5%. So 30 to 12.5%. I take it that many of us are grandparents. Look around the room and there's lots of grey hair. Well, I became a grandparent a few months ago, and a wonderful experience. First of all, we'll be, in 2075, about 10 years younger than I am now. What kinds of world will he be living in? What would the importance of the European Union be to the world economy then? And for that, we need to look at the chart just here. Okay. Now look, people ask me immediately how to write these numbers. The amount a nation produces depends upon output produced per person, but also the number of people of working age. And what I've done in arriving at these numbers is using the United Nations projections of world population, population by country, and so on, going on as they go on to 2100. But that finishes at 2075, and that's relevant, of course, to many people living today, including my grandson. I've made an assumption about productivity growth and things. I'm an economist. I can assure you, I have not in any way cheated you. And if I get this stuff about, the visitors line, I'll take them to court. I haven't done anything. I've been totally, as far as I'm totally objective in this. What is the share of the EU with world output in 2075 when my grandson will be a little bit younger than I am today? It will be 7.5% on that basis. And I can assure you that even that actually, the assumptions are favourable to the European Union. It's quite plausible that in fact the thing will be 5%. Okay, that's the world for our grandchildren. Some of us have got dogs. The EU will be the tail of the world economy. And should tails wag dogs? Should dogs wag tails? You tell me. As an independent nation, Britain should embrace free trade. Free trade is good for you. It's been so good for the Chinese. We should adopt free trade for our own good. Repeat, correct. We should adopt free trade for our own good fearlessly and confidently. So my answer to the person who watched our trade machine be after Brexit, unilateral free trade. Thank you very much.